Hello everyone, my name is Frank, and what you're right now seeing is the first part of the Iron Lung review that you're going to be seeing. Right now, as of the recording this, I have not seen the movie, and I am going to see it in about 2 hours. So after I'm done with the movie, I will come back here, do the separate recording where I talk about, what I think of the movie. I just wanted to record this part just to get my opinions on the movie before I go and see it, and then after I go and see it to see if anything changes. I'm expecting this movie from what very little I've heard. I'm assuming this is going to be very similar to the actual Iron Lung game. I mean, I didn't see much of his video, but I saw a bit of Penguin Z0's video saying that it's basically like a one-to-one recreation of the original game. And he was someone who actually didn't like the original game and actually still enjoyed the movie. And he said that people who are fans of Iron Lung are probably going to be extremely pleased with the movie. And also, just if you're a Markiplier fan, you probably also will be very pleased with this movie. And while I'm someone who has actually played the original Iron Lung, have enjoyed the game, and I'm hoping to enjoy this game as well. I've heard this movie is also supposed to be R-rated, apparently. The only reason I can think of is probably because of all the blood that's going to be in the movie, as in like the blood ocean. Like I doubt that there's going to be like a lot of like brutal scenes. There's just going to be just like swimming pools levels of blood, which is what makes it freaking R-rated. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I am mainly interested in how Markiplier plays this role, because he's gonna be the main, star of this. You're gonna be hearing him for most of the movie. So I am interested in how he portrays his role there, and I'm also interested on the ending of the movie to see if it's any different from the actual game. Does he get killed like in the game, or does he escape potentially? I do remember seeing a game theory video saying that apparently that the movie is like a prequel to the game. The movie is a prequel to the game. I'm not sure how much I can believe that, but well, I'll find out when I see the movie. Also, to be clear, this video, you're not going to be seeing it from a perspective of a movie reviewer. I'm just a normal person who just saw what I thought was a cool or maybe dumb or good movie and just wants to talk about it on camera. That's all this is going to be. This is just going to be me talking about the movie, what I thought of it, all of that. Okay, I'm not no movie reviewer or anything, so yeah, just keeping that in mind. Anyway, yeah. I'll see you when I finish the movie, come back home, and do a review on it. So yeah, see you there. Alright, so I'm back from the theater. This is gonna be me just basically talking about the movie right after I saw it in the theater and talking about it on the day, all that stuff. So, first of all, do I think this movie was good? Yes. Absolutely. I honestly wasn't too sure if I was going to like this movie, because this movie, well, the main reason being because it's a YouTuber making a movie. Most of the time when a YouTuber makes a movie, it turns out to be absolute garbage. Like, back in the day, freaking Logan Paul, KSI, even Fred, they all made movies back in the day, and most of them were absolute garbage. Some of them, I guess you could argue they weren't all that bad, but a lot of them ended up being complete garbage. This movie, however, is completely opposite. This is more of a psychological, like, thriller than just a straight up horror film. It is a very accurate representation of the video game. If you have played or maybe seen the video game, this is sort of a spoiler for the movie. I probably should have put a spoiler warning somewhere, but yeah, this is kind of a spoiler for the movie. This movie has basically all the same events that happened in the video game now translated into a movie. Now, there obviously are some differences to make it feel more like an actual movie than just a video game, but for the most part, all of the stuff that you see in the movie are very, very similar to the video game, and even a lot of the events that happen in the video game happen in the movie, and it is very well translated. It is a very realistic take on Iron Lung. It's a legitimately good movie. this whole video is gonna be probably gushing over this movie. Markiplier, who was the writer, the actor, and the screenwriter or something, or the director, yeah, the director of the movie. I'm mainly gonna talk about his acting performance in the movie. It was, I thought it would be garbage because again, it's a YouTuber, you know, doing an acting job, but he legitimately did a pretty damn good performance. Legitimately, I thought his performance was actually pretty damn good in the movie. He shows a lot of emotion in the movie. He occasionally does talk about some of the past stuff that he's done when he was a prisoner and the stuff that made him, you know, turn into a convict. He's legitimately just a very well written and very well acted character. It's crazy at the fact that Markiplier did all 3 of these things, or 4 of these things. I don't know how many of them he did. He did a lot of the stuff for this movie. It is crazy at the fact that he did all of this stuff. Not exactly by himself. He did have a team of people working on it, but there were so many things that he did for the movie, and the fact that he was able to pull off so many of those things so well is impressive. I was impressed with what he did with this. I want to talk about some of the changes of this movie. You can tell that this is more just like a rambling session of the movie. Some of the changes that happen from the game and the movie, because there are some changes here and there. First of all, in the beginning, the very beginning of the movie, Markiplier is sent down. He's, you know, it seems like it's going to be similar to the game. He's sent down there, he's sent to look around, take the pictures, all that. Only after acquiring 1 picture, though, he immediately then he starts getting brought back up because something starts tampering with the Iron Lung, the SM8, whatever you call it. It's either, well, they say that it was like some bubbles or something in the blood ocean that made it like kind of maybe damaged it or something, but he swears in that scene. He says that it's something big that smashed into the ship and thinks that there's something down there, and tries to convince the other, I guess, crew members that something is down there. And the other characters that you see a lot of in the movie, well, okay, you don't see a lot of them. Most of them are just heard from the little radio that's put in the Iron Lung, but the female character that's in this movie, I think her name is, yeah, Ava. Her name is Ava. She also does a great performance, even though she's not all that seen in the movie. She does do a very good job at playing her role, where she's basically, she's kind of like the instructor of the mission. She's telling him what to do, how he has to do this. She even starts talking about Markiplier with his past, or starts talking about Simon and his past, and she's just a very good character in the movie. Oh yeah, the monster in this movie, there is a monster in the movie, just like how there was in the video game at the end. You know, the one that, you know, crashed into the ship. You know, the one that smoked the ship completely. There is another one like that in the movie as well. However, it is a lot bigger. I'm not gonna spoil it too much. I will say though, its design is a lot different compared to the video game. It does look a lot more now like an anglerfish than a frog. I'm pretty sure that's what the creator originally thought the monster looked like, I guess. No, because the original monster was called Frog, so the nickname it got, I guess, because it looked like one. This movie's monster does look a lot more like an anglerfish, and this one, instead of it just not saying anything, kind of just being a creepy monster that wanders around and then eventually kills the player at the end of the game, this one does try to actually communicate with Markiplier. There's actually like lore for the monster itself. You know, it tries to like trick him and stuff like that. It's really cool. It is a really cool design, and like it's for a freaking giant anglerfish looking monster. It is legitimately well made, well written, all that stuff. What else? Oh yeah, also I want to talk about the brutality of this movie. Or the reason why it is a R-rated movie. There isn't that much brutality in the movie. I think there's only like one like legitimately brutal scene in the entire movie, which I won't spoil or anything, don't worry. But most of the actual R-rated content comes from the fucking swimming pools amount of blood that they show in the movie. Like seriously, there is just so much blood everywhere, which makes sense, right? It's a blood ocean after all, but Jesus Christ, there is so much of it. It is ridiculous. And it makes it at the very end of the movie, which I guess I kind of will spoil, there's a lot of the blood leaking into the ship. And it really adds on to the like psychological part of the movie with the amount of blood there is. What are the complaints that I can give about this movie? I think one thing I would have wanted to see more in the movie was probably Simon's backstory a bit more. He occasionally talks about it. I can't believe that came out of the movie and I forgot what the hell the thing was called. That Markiplier or Simon, Jesus. Yeah, I don't remember what it was called. But there was this thing that Simon did where something exploded, it killed a lot of his crew members, and because of that, throughout the entire movie, it's like the guilt that he has to deal with and is brought up a whole lot in the movie, and it's the reason why he's a convict. I just wish we got to see a little more of that stuff. There's occasionally some scenes where you get some like there's only like one flashback scene in the whole movie that shows the whatever it's called, the containment or something, getting blown up, and I kind of wish we did see more of that instead of most of Simon's backstory just being told through you know Simon and Ava as well. I just kind of wish we got to see more of that. This movie, I think, is also probably gonna end up... I'm not exactly sure on this. I'm assuming that they are setting this movie up for a sequel, because at the very... Okay, I don't want to spoil the ending or anything, but at the very end of the movie, there is one scene that kind of hints that there probably will be like a sequel to the movie. However, I doubt that sequel is gonna appear anytime soon. I'm assuming David Szymański, the dude who made the original game, is probably gonna end up making the second game first, and then Markiplier is probably gonna play it, and then eventually they're probably both gonna work together again to make the second movie, because it really does feel like there should be a sequel to the movie. For the video game, it didn't seem like there would be a sequel at all, but for the movie, I think there probably will end up being one, and it is very exciting to see. There aren't really many other things I can talk about. It's just that a lot of I did kind of say this earlier, but a lot of the lore that was in the original Iron Lung here is very well translated in the movie. There's a lot of very similar things happening there's actually a lot of the similar lines that were in the video game that are now translated to the movie, and I just think it's really good. I just think it's very well made and very well perfected for the film. God, this whole video is really just me yapping about a movie. Listen, I'm not a movie reviewer or anything. I don't review movies or anything. This is just coming from a person that, found the game interesting or found the movie cool and interesting and wanted to make a video about it. That's all this is. I'm not a movie reviewer or anything. But yeah, this movie's dope. This movie's legitimately dope. Is it for everyone? No, probably not, because of probably because of the stupid amount of blood in the movie, but I do think if you do enjoy the video game, you will definitely enjoy this movie. I think you will love it. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. There's not really much else I can talk about. I wish I could probably could talk about much more if I maybe looked up some of the reviews online or something and just kind of looked at what other people said about the movie. But overall, I think the movie does a very well job at translating the game into a movie style. If I was to rate it, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10, which is, yeah, for Markiplier's first movie, that's pretty damn impressive, honestly. It's impressive what he did with this first movie here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say for this this review of the movie. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. See ya.